After the battle, I can roll for minor loot. Simple loot, roll me a die 6, and it's a 3. A butcher a trophy or collect a sack of contents worth a d6 sesterce. D6 sesterce. These are like a half a quarter. Let me grab a sesterce here. I'll just drop that in my coins. I made a little bit of money. I got about, else gain materials to restore my poultice. For a sesterce in the middle of the underworld? Yeah. I'll get my poultice back. So when I was over here, these guys were having lunch, obviously, because they left me something to eat. You want to see a little bit more play? Well, at least a few more things. So right here, I would have a door. And I have, from the Fantasy Nocturne, I have a set here where I can roll dungeon ordeals for doors. This is sort of like a hybrid table I made out of all of the different ordeals. There are 36 ordeals. I've looked at, with my 50 plus years of experience playing these style games, I've looked at the type of things that happen during dungeon adventures, and I condensed it down to 36. There are 36 different things that you can do in a dungeon, and this is all part of Fantasy Nocturne. You have desperate acts, which are like barricade a passage or hide from patrol. You have weird mishaps, which is like survive some sort of depravity, maybe the heat is high in an area. You got classic obstacles like jump a span or a gorge or avoid a mechanical attack. You have clever tasks like find a secret compartment or locate a secret door. And those are 36 that have been all digested into stat rolls for Tactical OSR. Fantasy Nocturne, the game, you have the referee guts of how you would play. Tactical OSR is the actual rules of playing this hex grid combat. Going back to here really quick, though, I'm at 1-1. I'm just playing the Den of Thieves. I don't want to give all the secrets away in the game. And I'm going to roll a d6 for the type of advantage here. Here goes my d6 roll, a 1. So when I look at my 1 here, I need to avoid a sprung trap. Oh, those bastards. This will almost assuredly bring more guards in a battle. The enemy may have assembled and taunt you from the other side. So I need to avoid a sprung trap. It's 4-2. So what I would do is I would go up in Fantasy Nocturne and I would look at what the ordeal 4-2 is. It's going to be a classic obstacle, avoid a trap. Primary stat, as if you couldn't guess, was agility. So I need to make an agility roll to avoid the trap they set on the door. And it could be something just very simple, like over top, there's a bucket of nails or even just a bucket of very stinky oil that's up there so that I lose my ability to hide. Agility roll of a 1, 2, 3, or 4 to avoid the trap. A 4. I've made the agility roll to avoid the trap, and I also avoided the combat by doing so. I would enter the center hallway here, the group of the 4. Now, normally if I'm playing this solo, I would give myself probably an equal chance, maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I would know the way. But I'll go ahead, since we're only 30 minutes in, and maybe you want to see an end battle, I will go ahead and say I knew that he was off of the secret tunnels here that I could not find. I will come through here, and I will come through here. Is he alone? Actual rules, or actual description of this Den of Thieves, say that the Champion's Chamber would hold the main rival and there's a 50-50 chance he's alone. Otherwise, added d6 minions as found from other areas. So on a 1, 2, or 3, I catch him alone. In fact, I might even roll a Sexterity roll to do this, but my Sexterity is so low. 1, 2, or 3, and I catch this guy alone. A 5. So he's got guards, and he's also got this imp here. Now, there's a whole subplot involving the imp. But you mostly meet the imp by either find the escape tunnel or with a referee that's going to run through dialogue. The imp wants to get away, and if you help the imp get away, he can put the main guy to sleep so that you can fight your way out to let the imp escape, come back to maybe loot or capture him as a prize. I'm going to fight the main threat, and he's going to appear somewhere on the hex grid. Maybe reposition myself to 3-1 to start this right next to the, and big and little, he's going to be at 46. 4-6. He's way down here. Good. And he's going to have a die 6 guys around him. Now, it should be a die 6 or should it be my level? I'll make my level so maybe we can get through it. Here comes 2 guys that are around him. Now, the main threat with non-humans is probably a non-human himself, or these are all probably even humans, and they normally do not have any sort of def mod, any minus to my combat roll, but the main threat always has at least 1, and the main threat is harder to beat in the game. He must be defeated last. He has that plot armor that keeps him alive. A lot of gambits and cantrips do not work against him. It's a whole section in the book on battling the main threat and the advantages that the main threat will have. Understanding the main threat, a full section. Go back to my battle. We already did the setup. Here comes my battle in this room. Throne and the ale and the chest in the corner. Hollow column here. I could fight this just as the 2, like I surprised him. This guy might be groggy and asleep, but Imp's Mischief here. But I'm going to fight him as the 3, and this guy is not going to be involved in the battle unless an event comes up that says he added in. First roll, I'm -1 on my dice because I'm facing the main threat. So this would normally be a 2. Now a 2 result is going to be usually manhandle. Now if I don't change that at all, the manhandle result, all the way down here with the Fury, and I also gain a cantrip from it. So maybe I'll keep this the same, and I won't use my luck and my poultice and my dirty tricks. Now the poultice is actually, I can't use it within the battle, but I could use it afterward to heal 10 hit points. And post-battle healing 10 hit points, that might be necessary to stay alive. We're coming back to here. Move all monsters. These guys are coming toward me. I rolled really well, and they're a ways away, which is nice. And then I will count the damage from monsters, but they have to be adjacent. Or a demi-humans that can be within 2 hexes. The main threat can add a d6 anywhere in the grid. So they have attacked me for 2 points of damage. Now with 2 points of damage, not a whole lot. Character Sweetheart, I don't have a Sweetheart. I don't have any War Dog. And someone must suffer 2 points of damage. I will take the 2 points of damage because I am pretty emphatically am someone. Back to this. Slay 1 adjacent non-human. Now these are too far away, so I can't slay anyone. Suffer wear and tear. Because my die for wear and tear, it's a 6. Looking at wear and tear, I may have more later.